Next question. How do I pay for my Medicare premiums? Okay. Medicare premiums, and I'm assuming you're not talking about the insurance, but actual Medicare. Medicare Part A, Medicare Part B, Medicare Part D. Here's what you need to know. The first thing is when it comes to Medicare Part A, the vast majority of people do not need to pay for it. Medicare Part A has been part of the taxes that you pay your whole life. As long as you've got 40 quarters in of working years or 10 working years, you are not going to have Medicare Part A premium. There are some people that do, for whatever reason, they don't have it, or their spouses don't have it. And then there's other reasons why some people may have it. So for the most part, you do not have a Medicare Part A premium. You do, however, have part of a Medicare Part B premium to pay. And I say part because most people think the amount that they pay for Medicare Part B is the premium. It's actually not. It's 1/3 the premium. Whatever you pay, there's basically, you multiply it by 3 and you've got the full Medicare premium for Medicare Part B. But you're only paying 1/3 of it. Now, I'd give you the amount, but I don't know when you're going to watch this. What year it is, and even if it's this year, when I'm recording this 2017, some people are paying different premiums than other people. So just know that the premium that you pay, depending on when you started Medicare, may not be the same as the premium your spouse pays or the premium your neighbor pays. And it is because of when you started Medicare, or in some cases it could be because of the amount of income you had 2 years ago. That could also have an impact on your Medicare Part B premium. So the amount you pay is going to be different, but this is how you pay it. I'll start with the simplest first. If you are collecting Social Security when you go on Medicare, your Part B premium is just going to be deducted from Social Security. That's it. It's that simple. I believe you have you have a choice of stopping that and not doing it that way, but for the most part, you are going to get if you're collecting Social Security, your premium is just going to come out of your Social Security check before you even get it. So that's all going to be taken care of for you. The process is going to be automated, nothing to do. Just, make sure in your budget that whatever Social Security says your Medicare Part B premium is, just know that it's going to be deducted from your Social Security check each month so you can take it out of your budget. Excuse me. Now, if you're not collecting Social Security, here's what's going to happen. The Social Security is going to send you a bill for 3 months at a time. And it's going to say on it, Medicare Part B. There's no surcharge for this. It's just whatever the premium is, you multiply it by 3, and you're going to receive a bill for it under Social Security that you just pay right before Medicare Part B becomes effective, or right before the effective date of that part of Medicare. Now, if the thought of just cutting a check for 3 months of premium is unacceptable to you, they do have an option. When you get the bill, you have if you flip the bill around, on the back of it is going to be a premium, is going to be a notice for something called, at least this is what it's called at this time, Medicare EZ Pay, E-Z-Pay. This is one of those things that changes, so if it's not called exactly this by the time you're watching this video, don't hold me to it, but this is what it's called right now, Medicare EZ Pay. All you do is you call the 800 number listed. You're going to get a person, tell them you'd like to enroll in this, and they will set up a monthly bank draft for you from a checking or savings account from a bank. Just give them your routing number, give them your account number, and they will switch you over to a monthly payment for your Medicare Part B premium as if you were getting that Social Security check. Now, when you do start collecting Social Security, if you start collecting Social Security, that premium will switch over automatically from Easy Pay over to the Medicare, over to the Social Security premium payment. So you're going to switch when you start collecting a Social Security check to the Social Security check for paying it. So be aware of that. This is just can act as a temporary measure until such time as you're collecting Social Security. It's a common issue. So that is how you switch it over to monthly. To my knowledge and experience, at this moment, there used to be, but at this moment, there is not a way to set up for a month-by-month physical bill from Social Security for the monthly premium. If you do not have a checking account, or you do not want to have the government have your routing and account number, I understand, that's your choice. Then you are going to have to take that premium and set it aside and just send them the check every 3 months. There's no surcharge for doing it one way or the other. But if you do not want them to do a monthly automatic draft, you will have to set up, or you will have to set that money back and just send it to them every 3 months. So you're going to have to do that. So that's your 3 ways of paying Medicare Part B, either a Social Security deduction, a 3-month bill, or an automatic month-by-month electronic debit. To my knowledge, there's no credit card option at this time, although they are issuing Social Security checks basically by debit card, but at that point they're just taking it out before they give it to you. So they're taking it out that way if you do not have a checking or savings account. The next part of this is Medicare Part D. Now this is a little bit different. There's a couple of things to know about Medicare Part D. First of all, Medicare Part D's premium is based on the plan that you have in the year that you're in. There is no actual set Medicare Part D premium. It is based on how you are getting Medicare Part D. The insurance company that you set up for Medicare Part D is going to give you a couple of options for premium payments. The first option there is just a regular bill or a coupon book. And that one you can pay month by month if you choose, although some companies are every 2 months, some are every 3 months. It depends on the insurance company that you're with. But you are going to be able to pay that monthly. The other option is you can set up with that insurance company for a monthly debit. And that monthly debit would be the same as the Medicare Easy debit, or paying an insurance company's premium on a specific day of the month. They will just take whatever the Medicare Part D premium is, and you're done. Now for Part D, one of those 2 methods are the 2 methods we recommend to a client. There is another method, a third method. We do not recommend this, although this one does seem like common sense. We do not recommend this quote-unquote common sense method. You can, if you are collecting a Social Security check, choose to have the Medicare Part D premium paid out of your Social Security check. We do not recommend this for Medicare Part D only. Now, the reason we do not recommend it, there are 2. The first reason is because the Medicare Part D premium changes every single year. Now the Medicare B premium changes most years too. That's a little bit different. The Medicare Part D premium can take a big jump, it can take a little jump, it can take no jump. Then you do get some notices. We have a number of clients that don't realize it. And so that causes problems for them. Now, that's reason number 1. Reason number 2 we don't recommend it is that it could take up to 3 months, or in some cases more, for Social Security to begin taking the premium from your check and giving it to the insurance company. If it takes 3 months, they will back take up to 3 months for you. If it takes longer than 3 months, they will not back take anything. The insurance company will send you a bill for those 3 months. and you're going to have to pay it. All of these things cause some issues for you. And then, if it's, say, 9 or 10 months, which it actually has happened, but it hasn't happened for a few years. They don't seem to be that far behind at the moment, but it sure used to be, which means it could happen again. If it's like close to a full year and you get that insurance bill, you're going to have to basically pay that, and some people are going to need to go on a payment plan to do it, in addition to Social Security then beginning the premium to keep you current so that that back bill doesn't get longer. And then the last reason on this end of things is because the insurance company may not even realize that there's a problem with Social Security. They may just be going ahead sending you a bill, and you could be paying it or wondering what's going on depending on how you're going to treat it. And you call us, we'll have no idea because we can't contact Social Security on your behalf on this one. We don't know what's going on the Social Security end. So you basically have no control over it. There's another side to this too, which is the reason why we don't want people deducting their Medicare Part D premium from their check. We want them to pay through other means. And that reason is, if it becomes necessary for us to change your prescription drug plan, or if it becomes necessary for you to change your prescription drug plan the next year, and there's a whole bunch of videos that we've done over why this is going to be the case. But if it becomes necessary for you to change your plan in the future, you cannot stop the premium if it's coming out of your Social Security check, which means there is a chance, again, this is one of those things, hasn't happened much in the recent years, but it has happened in the past. The Social Security could be taking premiums from you for both plans until they catch it. So you can't stop one premium and start the other. Now, if this does happen, they do have to give it back to you. That money is not gone forever, so don't feel like the money is lost. But if your budget is kind of really close and things are really close for you, you don't have control. You can't call Social Security and say, hey, I've got 2 premiums going, or you took 2 premiums, when am I going to, you got to give me the other one back, I need this money now. They can't do that for you. They can't micromanage that for you because they just have so many people to do it. So for all those reasons that I just spent the last 5 or 6 minutes mentioning, if this is all kind of a little bit of a cluster for you and you don't like it, take that convenience out of the way and just use a more, I guess, inconvenient method. Set it up for either electronic debit or for a monthly check. If it's electronic debit, that is an easy stop. That is a call to the insurance company or a call to me to call the insurance company or your agent to the insurance company and just say, hey, you got to stop the premium here, make sure it doesn't go any farther. Usually, if it's the end of the year, we're just going to tell you to do it to make sure they know that it's going to happen if you haven't already gotten a notice that they are going to stop it. You have more control over your own money through any way except Social Security deduction. Now, those are the 3 primary methods of premium payment. I also want to mention the premium penalties. It's not going to take that long. And something called IRMAA, which is IRMAA, IRMAA, Income Related Monthly Adjustment Amount, which is the bump you pay if your income is so high from 2 years ago that you fall into a different premium category for Medicare Part B, but also Medicare Part D. On the penalty side for Medicare Part B and D, and also for IRMAA, they are going to bill you separately for it. So if you are getting an additional charge, either a premium penalty, it's not going to be collected by the insurance company. You're going to get one of those statements anyway. And if you also get a premium bill for Medicare Part B, there'll be a separate line item on the same bill for either the IRMAA or the premium penalty for Part B or D if you have it. If you have a premium penalty for Medicare Part D, know that that premium penalty follows you for life, which is one of the reasons why we just kind of tell people, even if you don't need Medicare Part D, if it doesn't make sense to get Medicare Part D, take the Medicare Part D take the Medicare prescription drug plan anyway. Take the cheapest plan you can get away with until such time as, you know, it's obvious you're going to need something better, just to wipe away that penalty. Because that penalty, if it's going to follow you for life, you made this decision at age 65 not to have one for whatever reason. You made that decision, and now you're pushing age 90, 91, and you're still getting this premium penalty. It's going to be kind of a pain in the butt for you, and you're not going to want to deal with it. But yeah, even if you have a Social Security check coming to you and you do have a premium penalty or an IRMAA, there will be a bill coming for you, and you're going to be required to pay it. So just be aware of these premiums and the premium penalties and the methods for paying premiums. And as always, if you got any questions about it, first thing, try calling if you have a trusted insurance agent. If you don't, call us. If it's something a little more complicated or you want to talk directly to them, reach out to Social Security. That's what they're there for, and they're the ones who are going to help you kind of understand what all these bills are.